When 3 police cruisers block your moving truck before you've even unpacked a single box, you start to wonder if the neighborhood welcome committee might have gone tactical. The truck hadn't even finished easing into the driveway when red and blue lights danced across the pavement, turning my quiet street into a low-budget episode of Cops, Suburbia Edition. No sirens, just that pulsing strobe that makes you feel guilty even if you've done nothing wrong. Through the side mirror, I saw an officer step out, megaphone in hand. "Sir, step away from the vehicle and keep your hands visible." I set my coffee on the hood, stepped out slowly, and raised my hands, not in fear, just pure confusion. That's when I saw her. Perched across the street like a hawk guarding her nest, Margaret Hale, president of the Birchwood Commons HOA. Lavender pantsuit. Phone clenched like a weapon. Lips moving fast enough to narrate a live stream. The officer's face gave it away, the faint smirk of a man who already knows this is going to be a story for the group chat. "Are you Nathan Brooks?" "That's me." "The one with all the tiny home permits?" I nodded, already sensing where this was going. Behind me, Margaret's triumphant expression froze. "Your paperwork checks out," the officer said, offering a handshake. "Seems we had a call about suspicious activity regarding an illegal structure." I couldn't help it, I laughed. "Welcome to Birchwood Commons. Population, drama. I'm 35. Former tech guy turned eco-minimalist. After 10 years of 12-hour days and motivational posters about synergy, I wanted something simple, a small home, a quiet life, and air that didn't taste like printer toner. So I bought a little plot on Cedar Creek Lane, technically inside the Birchwood subdivision, but legally outside its HOA jurisdiction. A decades-old property dispute had carved out my half-acre like a diplomatic neutral zone. It was perfect, until Margaret found out. She'd ruled Birchwood Commons like suburban royalty for 15 years, the kind of person who issued citations about grass height with the solemnity of a Supreme Court ruling. She once fined a family for having a garden gnome facing the wrong direction. True story, according to my future neighbor, Tom. 2 weeks before move-in, I was laying foundation when I heard it, the click of heels on gravel. "Excuse me," came the voice, sharp enough to cut concrete. "What exactly do you think you're doing?" I wiped my hands and introduced myself. "I'm Nathan Brooks. I own this lot." Her eyes narrowed. "This is a single-family neighborhood. We have standards." "Good thing I'm not part of your HOA," I said with my best cheerful smile. She stared at me like I'd just confessed to tax evasion. Then stormed off, muttering something about community integrity. That was day 1 of the Birchwood campaign. The next 2 weeks were a masterclass in passive-aggressive warfare. First came the letters, daily envelopes filled with bold fonts and creative threats. Each one quoting bylaws that didn't even apply to my property. Then the surveillance began. She'd stand across the street, phone in hand, narrating like David Attenborough observing a dangerous species. Day 4 of the illegal construction. The perpetrator continues to show blatant disregard for our community standards. She even held a neighborhood meeting, complete with a PowerPoint titled "Tiny Homes Equal Tiny Values." According to Tom, she claimed tiny homes attracted undesirable elements and moral decline. You'd think I was installing a casino, not a composting toilet. The Thursday before move-in, I arrived to find orange cones and yellow caution tape barricading my lot. A giant sign read, "Construction halt ordered by HOA." I called the county inspector. He sighed. "Let me guess, Margaret Hale again? 17 calls that month, apparently." He confirmed there was no such order. So, I removed the cones. Seconds later, she appeared, like she'd been hiding in the bushes waiting for her cue. "Those are official HOA markers," she shrieked. "Margaret," I said evenly, "your HOA has no authority here. I've shown you the property maps, the county approvals. What more do you want?" Her face turned crimson. "I want you to respect this community." Then she jabbed a finger at my chest and hissed, "You will not destroy everything we've built with your hippie shack." I took a step back. "Please leave. You're trespassing." She laughed, actually laughed. "I'm protecting property values." As she stormed off, she tossed one final curse over her shoulder, "You'll rue the day you crossed me." At the time, I thought she meant figuratively. Fast forward to move-in day. That's when she made her final move. According to Officer Garrett, Margaret had called 911 claiming armed individuals were unloading suspicious cargo into an illegal structure. She also mentioned possible cult activity. I gestured to my moving crew, 2 college students and a retiree named Earl who was eating a sandwich. "Does that look like a cult to you?" Garrett chuckled. "Only if cults run on iced coffee and arthritis medication." By the time the situation was clear, half the neighborhood was watching. Curtains fluttered like nervous eyes. Then Officer Jake, an old classmate of mine, recognized me. "This guy?" He's harmless. He once lost a fight with a vending machine. Margaret's composure cracked. But the HOA didn't approve this structure. Ma'am, Garrett said, this property isn't under HOA jurisdiction. But the aesthetics, she protested. Property values, Garrett replied, are not a police matter. You could feel the shift. The Queen had lost her crown. Garrett flipped open his notebook. Ma'am, filing false reports is a misdemeanor. I'll need your ID. Her voice quivered. You can't be serious. I'm on the HOA board. Being on the board doesn't exempt you from the law, he said. Neighbors started emerging. Tom gave me a thumbs up from across the street. I demand to speak to your supervisor, she shouted. That can be arranged, Garrett said calmly. At the station. Her pitch went ultrasonic. You can't arrest me. I was protecting the neighborhood. Jake just sighed. You can come voluntarily, or we can make it official. And just like that, the self-appointed guardian of suburbia was escorted into a police cruiser, her protests echoing through the cul-de-sac. Property values. You'll all regret this. The movers, bless them, resumed work as if nothing had happened. By evening, my home was in place, solar panels gleaming, porch light glowing like a quiet victory. As the sun dipped below the rooftops, my phone buzzed. A text from Jake. Thought you'd want to know, Margaret fined $800 for false report. Tried to pay with HOA check. Treasurer not amused. The next morning, Tom knocked on my door, grinning. Emergency HOA meeting tonight. Word is they're voting on Margaret's position. That evening, the clubhouse was packed. I wasn't invited, of course, not a member. But Tom kept me updated via text. Apparently, the room turned into a tribunal. Years of grievances poured out. Fines for mailbox shades, citations for lawn ornaments, the infamous gnome incident of 2019. Then came the financial bombshell, $37,000 in legal fees that year alone, most tied to her personal vendettas. Tom's final message, it's unanimous. She's out. She threw the gavel. From my porch, I watched her car peel out of the driveway, lavender blur, tires squealing, rain over. Within a week, the new board sent her official removal notice. Her parking space revoked, pool key deactivated, landscaping contract cancelled. Then came the final blow, a letter demanding reimbursement for unauthorized legal expenses. $37,000 due in 30 days. Tom later told me she stood in the grocery store aisle for 5 minutes, staring at that letter, muttering, this can't be real. A for sale sign appeared the next morning. She moved 3 towns over, rumor has it, tried to run for their HOA board. 0 votes. The Birchwood lawyer eventually settled for $25,000. The rest of her retirement evaporated. A fitting end to her reign of terror. Her old house sold to a young couple who painted it bright yellow and built a little free library in the yard, the final irony. They found boxes of unsent violation notices in the attic. Hundreds of them. Margaret Hale, the self-appointed protector of perfection, undone by her own obsession. Now, I sit on my porch, the same one she once called non-compliant, sipping coffee in peace. The new HOA board even sent me a fruit basket. The note read, thanks for your patience during our transition. While not officially under our jurisdiction, we look forward to being good neighbors. All I wanted was a quiet, sustainable home. Instead, I got a front row seat to the collapse of a suburban dynasty. Sometimes justice arrives in small packages, with an $800 fine, a $25,000 settlement, and a petty tyrant sent running for the hills.